Hola, hey, what's up, everyone? It's your girl, Say. And today we are back with another video. Yes. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not so new here, welcome back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And without further ado, is ado or ado? Whatever it is, we're just gonna get right into the video. So this is going to be my updated makeup routine video, and pretty much all I have to say before we get into it is that I have combination skin, and with having combination skin, I've had my fair share of trials and errors when it comes to makeup. And no, like my foundation routine, perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but close to perfect. We're getting there. But I've been wanting to bring this video for a very long time because I've been doing my face like this for ever. I also wanted to add that we can do so much and so more with makeup, but if your base isn't healthy, if your base isn't the best, I would suggest forego makeup, because makeup on top of maybe cystic acne or things like that can possibly make it worse, and that ain't cute. So if you find that you really want to wear makeup but you're suffering from these things, I would say check a dermatologist first. Also, I do suffer from eczema, so I use a lot of things that can help my eczema. Well, I kind of don't. I only use 2 things really that help with my eczema, and that is my Arisulfur soap and CeraVe. And I don't use CeraVe. Is it CeraVe or CeraVe? I don't use those every day. So I actually alternate between CeraVe, especially when I have flare-ups. I had a flare-up the other day, hence this is actually getting lighter because I've been exfoliating and things like that. And I also use the Aveeno and I also use the Olay Complete. So my skincare routine, it's pretty simple in a sense. I do a facial like every week. Sometimes I use mask sheets, sometimes I do like deep pore cleaning and whatever it may be. I do find I get whiteheads on just this side of my face, but we're gonna sort it out. Anyways, let's get into it more. Now that I've told you, like, even though I can't give you all of this advice, it just goes down to the point and the fact that okay, you just need to work on your base first, drink more water, whatever it is, before you actually get that perfect makeup. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use the True Complexion Shine Control Primer. So I'm gonna go in with the True Complexion Shine Control Primer, and this is my ultimate favorite primer. It's not mattifying in a sense, but it does help control the shine, which I really do love. I probably put more than this still, but I just get it all over my face, and I don't start at the T-zone at first, because as I said, I do have combination skin. And with having combination skin or even oily skin, what I find is that, or what I've discovered too, there is actually a thing where, if you know anything about science, there's this thing called homeostasis. Now, when you try to mattify your face too much and, literally take away all the oils from your face, what your face is going to do? It's going to create more oil, which is why sometimes, you do your face and it looks matte in the beginning, but then it gets like super oily when you are when you are doing your makeup. Well, not when you're doing your makeup, when you're going about your day. So this is literally the only thing I use, only primer I use that I've been using for months. I got it at an expo, and yeah, I have never switched since. So I usually leave my T-zone for last, I just dab it with whatever is left. So after that, I do that. I usually do my brows. Some people do it, no, I usually do my brows before, actually. Sometimes I do it after, but then I do my shadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my shadow because this is actually a foundation routine and not necessarily a how to do my shadow routine. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my shadow, and then I'm come back, and then I'm gonna show you how I do the whole rest of the face. Okay, so now that my eyeshadow is done, typically if I'm wearing lashes, I'll put on the lashes and all of them things there, but if not, what I usually do is I put on my mascara and everything else relating to the eye at the end. Yeah, so that's what I do. So now we're gonna get into color correcting and primer. Well, we already did primer and we talked about hydration, so it's gonna just be color correcting. Typically I don't usually color correct, but since this is here, I color correct using this, and I could color correct other places too, because I do have a few spots other places, but I just do it in this spot. Because, so what color correcting does is really when you have spots or different types of colors going on your face, it just corrects the color. So the red usually combats anything dealing with dark spots like this. And as you can see, I don't usually use color correcting, so it's like I have to mix it up. Hence why I'm shaking it. And then yeah, pretty much I mix it and add it. I could add right here too, but I'm not feeling to. I'm just adding this section because this is a section that, you know, has the most thingamajig. So I'm just gonna blend that out a little bit. Well, not blend it out a little bit, just blend it out. And as you can see, you don't really see much of the dark spots coming through. So next, after you do that, it's literally foundation. So the foundation of choice for today is the Iman Luxury Concealing Foundation, which happens to be my favorite foundation. Like literally, I have so many foundations and I just always go back to this. So I try to find things that are hydrating because, as I said, if you have dry skin, if you have medium, well, you can't nearly said medium porosity, if you have dry skin, or if you have combination skin, then your face is gonna do that little homeostasis thing that I was telling you about. And yeah, that not look cute. Like, who wants to look like a fried chicken? Like, what? No, the dolly don't look so. No. Anyways, let's continue. So yeah, I just go in with that foundation. We put a little bit, because this foundation is actually full coverage as well, so I don't usually put a lot. And I do not start at my T-zone either. I start on my cheeks, so cheeks, and then I just put the rest of it on my T-zone, although I kind of went to the T-zone like pretty early, but you guys get the point. So I'm of the view that less is more, and that is something I'll stick by. Less is always more for me, so chances are if I'm using that foundation, which is to me very much full coverage, I'm not adding any more foundation to it. I just spread whatever is on my face around. So pretty much that is pretty much it when it comes to foundation. Now I could leave it like this, but for the sake of being a content creator, you know, you kind of look bland, right? So the next thing I do go in with is my concealer. So this is the concealer that I go in with. It is in the, what do you call it? It is in the shade Toast. And I want to just bring your attention to the shades that I used to use before. I'm coming. Okay, so these were the shades that I used to use before. As you can see, I don't know what I was thinking. I really don't know what I was thinking here. I must have been going through phases, and I'll show you some pictures of the craziness that I did. But I use this now. This is what I use. Please don't go using, if you're gonna highlight, don't go 5-10 shades above your shade. 1 to 2 shades, 3 shades is fine. So I'm thinking this is about 2 shades lighter than I am, so that's what I use. All right, so now that we've done foundation, highlights, contour, so now typically I don't think I need to contour that much, so I don't always do it, but I'm going to do it. And this is a mess, but the contour stick that I'm using, is the AOA Sculpt Fix. I think that's what it's saying. Yeah, the AOA Sculpt Fix contour, or just a little bit, because it can be a little harsh, you know, a little color. But yeah, my face is pretty, technically has slight contour here, so I don't usually contour, but sometimes it's covered depending on the coverage of what I'm doing. I'm gonna just blend it out and blend it in an upward direction. Yeah, boo. So we blend it in an upward direction. All right, and that's one side, baby girl. All right, so you see we actually add some dimension to the face here. Sometimes I do actually do up here as well. Should we do it? Maybe I should, to show you guys, but it's not a necessity for me. So we're just gonna probably do it this time just to show you guys how I don't use a lot, because as I said, I feel contouring sometimes can be very, very, very harsh. I could have put more still, you know, but that's okay. That's okay. So we kind of just try to blend it in to the hairline as well. So that's pretty much, and that is pretty much it for the anything dealing with liquid. Now we're gonna go to powders, and the powder that I use is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Mineral Makeup. It says foundation, but I've been using it as a, what do you call it, a powder for a very long time, and I don't think I'm changing because I really like it. Oh, I forgot to mention, I typically do my brush, not my brush, my powder after I do my blush or my highlight. So I'm gonna show you the highlight that I'm doing. So this is the Maven highlighter, and it's in the shade Drip. Let me show you guys the shade. So it's very, very much giving rich girl, rich auntie vibes. I love it so much, but it is very, very, very pigmented. So we're gonna use a fan brush to put that on. No, so when you have pigmented stuff, I would suggest use a fan brush, because I find that it puts on the the highlight less harsh than if you should use any other brush. And that was a bit harsh, but we're gonna fix it. This is why the powder goes at the end. Yeah, okay, there we have it. Kind of was a bit heavy-handed, so Ono couldn't tell me say I forget the translucent powder. This is a very chaotic video, but you can I always add this after, so I'm gonna show you how, because let me show you which I've been loving so much, and it is the Kat Von D setting powder, Lock-It setting powder in translucent. So I'm just gonna add it. This isn't even the right brush, but yeah, since finding this setting powder, actually I didn't find it, I was gifted it, so I just put it in the areas where, and I don't bake, so yes, I'm doing this way after the fact, but we're gonna keep it moving, right? So this would come before I actually put on my highlight, so that was the only mistake I did. But it's just to add, to set that, you know, lighter color, as you can see, and to bring some light to your face, some light, some dimension, some everything. And I could go in and use a dark colored setting powder as well, but we're not gonna be that extra. We're not gonna be that extra. This is how I've been doing my face for the past couple of months, and so I'm showing you what I've been doing, and this is what I've been doing. So yeah, girl cute and bare things. So after that, we just go in with our powder, or powder that's not really a powder according to Bobbi Brown. So we're just gonna go in with that and go in with the brush. I don't use a lot because, again, the homeostasis thing, I usually start from the areas that I didn't put translucent powder, and then I go in lastly with the areas that I did put translucent powder without re-dipping. And then if I find that my, what I call it, my highlight is harsh, ta-da! So I just use the brush and not make it harsh. So after all of that is done, again, as I said, I do my lipstick, my mascara, and my setting spray. Well, I'll do my setting spray before. So this is a setting spray that I'm using, which is the Maven Rose Water setting spray. I just go ahead and spray, and that's pretty much it. That's it. And you know, so there we have it. This is my updated foundation routine. I'm trying to remember if I've ever done a foundation routine, but if not, it's probably new to you. If not, check the cards out in the up top. Yes, also you can check the cards for the foundation reviews that I've done. Yes, go ahead and click that. And yes, thank you for joining. And this is a look that I think is so universal, and you might can, you know, pull it off for, you know, Valentine's Day, if you know, celebrate that. I don't really celebrate it, but you know, I added a little pop of red. Anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and on Twitter. And if nobody yet never tell you, know, I love you know.